taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Saturday, which is a perfect segue into into the whole pay-per-view yesterday. A long pay-per-view, by the way, 6 fights, starting at 2. Queensbury versus Matchroom 5-on-5.
Get down to it, bro. You got the floor, nigga.
Yeah, as of course we mentioned in the build-up, it seemed like the promoters, Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, it seemed like they were the targets, and then everyone else, their fighters were just the pawns in that shit. So, obviously, some people, even though and fun things too, it's like this got all the shoulder programming in the fucking world. Like, there was shoulder programming out the ass, which is
by design. You notice, like, whenever it's something that has to lean on the promoter, like Eddie Hearn or Frank, they make sure these niggas do all the shoulder content. Like, how much we know these guys' stories now. Like,
they literally had they had so much. Like, I swear to God, I've never seen Matchroom or Queensbury pump out that much content ever.
They never do. They'll do it for Eddie Hearn.
For one build-up, I ain't seen nothing like that before. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And it's doing it wrong. Like, bro, why y'all can't have these niggas talk and do the shit on them, and then let Eddie Hearn get the last 30 seconds of the segment? Like, they don't need to be fucking so all over talking about this shit so much. Let the fighter, y'all had a whole team thing, and I don't feel I know anything about the team. I just know Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren.
But the fun thing is too, Eddie, what happened during that week is Eddie was front and center, especially obviously. Frank wasn't as front and center as Eddie was. Eddie was he wasn't. Yeah, Eddie was content. It was like every other day was content. He had the whole lineup. Where dude was talking for the 5 fighters in the back, which was hype. Okay, you could do that at the minimum, but you don't have to be in everyone's segment. Like the segments, when the fighters were talking, it was cool. Like the segment everyone else was doing. Like Hergovich in particular was talking cash shit in everywhere that he could, except the Matchroom promos.
My boy Ammo was talking this shit, but yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah, Ammo was just on some next shit.
That's why I heard it feels that loss, because all the promo he did, and you didn't win one fucking fight.
Yeah,
one fight in all that promo. Niggas just talking about he the promoter of the year. Who's out there promoting harder than Eddie? Man, if he was a boxer, he'd get dropped from the company. If he was a rapper with 5 dud singles, he'd get dropped from the label. So where's all that? Like, where's y'all like saying this nigga the best promoter? Frank Warren really got a better eye for talent?
But now, hold on, Ruka. Now I'm seeing people. Oh no, Eddie didn't bring out his A team. Eddie didn't. Fuck out of here. Eddie.
Was Eddie his A team?
Like number one,
that's what I'm hearing. Because now it's like, oh no, it wasn't about Eddie when it was all about Eddie. I'm like, okay, but he didn't bring out his A team. It was his backups. Hergovich. Okay, what the fuck ever, man.
Two of them were down with Eddie from day one.
Nigga could have brought Mr. T and them niggas would have lost. Yeah. Fucking A team, like.
Yeah,
he'd have his A team. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like 3 of the fighters were down. Three of the fighters were down with Matchroom for day one. The other one signed to him, and he was a known fighter. And then Wilder was just the wild card in that shit. So basically, if you had to look on paper, they were the team. Like, everyone was pretty much picking them to at least 3 of them to win their fights. Easily.
Yeah. He don't have the A team, but he got the fucking former heavyweight champion. He got a former boogeyman. He got champions. He got contenders. Like, what you want, nigga? Like,
Hearn did. Warren didn't have any of that shit in there. Like, it's like if you looked at all 5 of them, he had a head case, someone who gassed out. Unproven talent, and someone who's domestic level. Like, it's just like, honestly,
I think it had like a motley crew of boxers that he just made work. Like, and honestly, this is how they failed, because the way you described it makes me want to check out this team and be like, yo, who are these niggas? This nigga said you got a head case, a prospect, this nigga, that, like,
Yeah.
But when you turn on to it, all you hear is, oh, Eddie Hearn or Frank Warren. It's like, yeah, I'm good. When they fight.
Yeah, and that's what made it. And the funny thing too is like, I mean, like when like that Warren celebration, like, you know, first of all, like they're putting out there like, you know, probably the hardest group picture since NWO. Niggas out there, all 5 of them putting 5s in the air like this, like, you know, like they ganged up and shit like that. And you can't do it but respect it, because, you know, they weren't with that, you know, Warren wasn't talking that much. And, you know, and they put out a straight up royal flush. If this shit was spoken, it was royal flush. Yeah. You know, that motherfucker, man.
And my rant is mostly to Eddie. Like, Frank Warren, I don't have no beef with him. He's cool. I ain't got no beef with Eddie. I ain't got beef with none of these niggas. I'm just like, Frank Warren, of course, is going to be more visible in a promotion like this. Mm-hmm. But it's only because Eddie Hearn is there so much.
Yeah, because, you know, you can't.
You gotta have somebody to represent the other side. So I get it, but. Yeah, yo, Android, what it do? Cause clean sweet karma for Eddie hogging the spotlight. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it was, really.
Yeah, I mean that's extremely humbling. So I know niggas want us to get into the 5-on-5 fight. So we're gonna start from the top down. And the one, it was the worst fight out of all the fights, but it had the most brutal KO. You know, of course we're talking about Deontay Wilder and Zhilei Zhang. You know, obviously, you know, Wilder's coming off being boxed up by Joseph Parker, and so did the same thing with Zhang. Although Zhang fared better, as
he dropped him 2 or 3 times, right?
He dropped him 2 times and broke his nose, and, you know, and lost a fairly close majority decision, whereas Wilder arguably got blanked. So
had that nigga looking like the Chinese Sam Peter.
Yeah, exactly. So the fight itself was just like Wilder was gun shy. Like, Wilder would not jab, or he was using that like he was doing like a parry jab. You know, he was throwing out a jab like he was about to set up a right hand, but the right hand was just never coming. Like, you could tell dude that lost confidence. And I know people were kind of making light of, oh, there's a 70-80 pound difference. This is heavyweights, people. Like, this is, you don't understand. Once you're over 200 pounds, the shit is fair game. Like Wilder, you know, Wilder has iced bigger people. Wilder has iced a 330 pound motherfucker on his record. So it's not like he hasn't, you know, the size is not an issue for him. You know, like I said, there are heavyweight champions that had bigger height and weight disadvantages than what Wilder did with Zhang, and they still managed to win clear. Shout out to David Haye for being a former cruiserweight champion and knocking off the biggest heavyweight champion, well, while being away by 100 pounds and a foot, you know, and be shorter than a foot. Like, it happens. But motherfuckers like, oh no, you know, like, no, Hearn is putting him with all these big motherfuckers, and that's why he's losing. No, that's not why Deontay Wilder is losing, people.
Tell him then, nigga.
No, Deontay Wilder is losing is because Wilder is meeting its level. And this is like me and LB. We've talked about this over and over again. Like, you know, I talked about it in multiple platforms. My own platform, my shit with Luke, what I did with Lukey, fucking Ringside Raves. I talked about Wilder shit. Like, Wilder is someone that has always, you know, that's always about his big right hand.
Overachieved. He's overachieved.
He overachieved with his.
He's overachieved.
What it is Fury gave everybody the recipe for beating him.
No, Fury.
I don't know about all that now.
You don't know about all that.
Yeah, no.
Because Fury beat him like 3 different ways.
Yeah.
You give a nigga 3 different recipes.
It is past. I mean, yeah, he's leveled up.
He exposed him. Fury really exposed him.
No, Wilder was exposed way before Fury.
He was exposed before that, but it's like I felt like Fury, like, I think Roman's right, but it was like another level of exposure. It was one that was like, oh wow, like, because the Spilka and all the other niggas couldn't expose them to that extent.
Niggas was still scared of Wilder until he lost to Fury the second time.
I mean, Ortiz, the first Ortiz fight, bro, Wilder got a long ass, you know, he got some time, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of
niggas is not scared of him no more. That's what his luster was. Niggas was scared to get hit by him.
Also, he's old, lost reflexes, got money. And now he's loving it. It's kind of fucked up. Now he's fighting his best competition, and he's clearly not. I'm not saying he was ever going to beat these guys, but he's clearly past it.
Yeah, and this is the thing.
But whose fault is that you fight your best competition when you're past it, or after you start getting your ass whooped, or after you're exposed? Like, that's why he was supposed to build himself up to this point, not build it in reverse. You don't start playing the video game on the last level against Dr. Robotnik, and then you go backwards to the first level. What the fuck?
Yeah, go back to Robotnik to this fucking Spring Hill zone. Like,
nigga literally just went backwards. Like,
yeah, and that's the and this is where Wilder was. Like, I used to call it out. I called it out for years. It's like, yo, like, because I mean, obviously Wilder he got the bronze medal in the Olympics, but Golden Boy knew that he was still untapped. Oscar used to bury him deep on the Golden Boy cards. I mean, I know me and LB used to watch it, like, because dude was very crude and unpolished, even for a bronze medalist. So it's like, Golden Boy was trying to make sure to build him up, and obviously, he had, one of the greatest amateurs of all time, as his trainer, actually, because, like I said, all the good from Deontay Wilder came from him, like, in which, of course,
just look, just to explain it real quick. Just being in the same room with certain people already make you a better person. That's how Breland is to certain niggas like Wilder.
Exactly.
If somebody with immense boxing skills just be around you, 2% is going to rub off on you at least.
Right. And Mark Breland is probably one of the greatest amateurs boxers that America has ever produced. Like, so it's like, pretty much the foundation of what you see for what Wilder he built on, it all came from Breland. It wasn't from JD's, it wasn't from anyone else, it was from Mark Breland. Because Mark Breland understood that this dude had power and would basically, based his whole offense around it and try to smooth some of the wrinkles. But there's something like that was always, but then even with that, you still need to get tested. And this is where Wilder, this is why Wilder's resume gets.
And he also didn't absorb as much as he could have. That's another thing too.
Yeah,
I feel like the minute, speaking of Breland, the minute because you can, that visual of him, like, we didn't see it happen, but we hear it. Breland trying to get inside the locker room, crying, getting locked out because he tried to save that man. You know what I'm saying? That was the downfall of Wilder. I feel like.
Yeah,
how he did Breland.
Yeah, like, I mean, even if you want to spin like Wilder's a good guy and whatnot, that's the one thing from Wilder that's unacceptable.
That was
like,
some true fuck shit. What he did to Breland, for real.
Yeah. And now he getting that. He getting his comeuppance. The boxing karma is fucking real, my nigga. You don't play with that shit. You don't play with fucking karma, yo. You just don't, my nigga.
Yeah, and Breland, and fun things too is Breland even said too, like, once I was gone, he said that that's gonna be the end of him. Like, Wilder has only won one of his last 5 fights, and that's this crazy. Is a guy that has 10 title defenses.
Yeah. Malik Scott too busy porking chunky chicks on OnlyFans.
Malik Scott turned Wilder into Malik Scott. Hate to see it.
Yeah, and it's sad to see because Wilder is somebody that needed tough love. If he's gonna get rid of,
I'm gonna be honest, dude. He ain't got the mentality for tough love, bro.
Yeah,
he don't. Remember, this is a guy, dude. You have Mark Breland in your gym. When do you have fucking time to twerk and goof around when you're training to that extent where there's multiple videos of you on the internet of you goofing off while training, and this nigga's in the gym?
Yeah, and fun things too is like niggas, and the fun things too is like every single time I called some of this shit out, especially during this title run, niggas used to used to get on the whole black, you're not staying on code, coon this, there's a whole bunch of words, nigga. Like,
but we were right, nigga, and y'all can suck my dick.
Yeah, niggas used to go into me. Like, I used to have to threaten niggas, like, yo, you don't know me like this, I will beat the fuck out of you in real life. It's like,
I'm saying, dude, imagine a nigga disrespecting us over some boxing shit where we know we could crack these niggas' fucking faces, yo. Like,
yeah, like,
that's why I can't even talk boxing with everybody, nigga. Like, real shit.
Yeah, I'm like, look at your eyes. I mean, because I was calling Wilder shit out from the Eric Molina fight. I'm like, look how he's fighting. He's not. This is like, he shouldn't be having these little flaws. Zabilka shouldn't be out boxing him. Gerald Washington shouldn't be out boxing him. Like, these are and this is a whole heavyweight champion. Like, it's just like, and he shouldn't be rescuing himself over and over again with right hands. Like, this is not.
And then y'all got the nerve to say, who did Mike Tyson fight? He got more defenses than Mike Tyson. He beat Tyson. Like, nigga, dude, fucking Wilder ain't getting past Bone Crusher Smith. He not getting past Razor Ruddock, nigga.
Frank Bruno would have bodied him too.
Frank Bruno would have beat the shit out of Wilder.
I mean, it's a luck.
That could be a mythical matchup, but I know niggas gonna be on Wilder dick.
No, that's not even worth it yet, because
niggas gonna be like fucking Wilder.
I mean, this era isn't obviously touching the 90s or 70s, and obviously a Deontay Wilder wouldn't last in those eras. But it's a luck of he was carefully curated. You know what I'm saying? Coming up,
curated, managed, all of that shit, bro. Like, he avoided guys who could pressure him and make him have to really throw his right hand like that. But when you have a guy who's jabbing sparsely, pot shotting, moving around, and he's more athletic than anybody, you face him with them plodding slowly ass niggas, he can get off those shots. Even when he's looking like he's going to lose, which happened multiple times, he get them shits off. He was good at that shot with that landing that punch. But this is the thing with Wilder. And that, like, people was going crazy at right hand. I don't care who you are. Your power is relative to who you're facing. Because better people find a way to avoid or deal with it or take your weapons. Putting like a senior in high school beating up a freshman ain't really proving shit like that.
Facts.
And it's like, that's what Wilder was literally doing. But at first, he was a freshman that was KOing other freshmen that's his level. This is like his early fights. Then graduated, he's 10th grade. But he's still getting 9th graders, 11th grade. Okay, we finally sneaking in a 10th grader. Got a guy like a sophomore now, but he's an 11th, he's a junior now.
Right.
Senior. Still motherfucking damn 9th graders. Just maybe 1 or 2 9th graders. More 10th graders now. He's a senior now, nigga. You getting maybe 1 junior, which was like an Ortiz.
He was a junior that was held back couple 3.
yeah. Nigga got like a super senior. Yeah, I mean, he got him a junior. Yeah, I mean, he got one of them niggas who on fucking when they get suspended, they come to the school anyway. Like one of them niggas. But you can't get them to show up to school on the regular day though.
Yeah, no.
So finally he gets a fucking senior. But this, which is Fury, but the senior he gets is the nigga who his mom and dad, something happened with his mom and dad, so he had to go into foster home. He came into the school half the year. You know, uncle on drugs, or it's like he was a special case senior. So it's like one of these. So niggas is like, alright, so he got one of these. He finally got a nigga on his level, but that nigga going through it, man. Billy going through it right now.
You gotta realize Wilder's career was expedited due to him knocking niggas out in 30 seconds and fighting multiple niggas a year. So you can't really be on him like that.
Nah, dude, there was expediting to find another lame nigga for him to knock out.
He really had nothing to. They didn't want him to grow really because they just seen him knocking niggas out, and that's all they thought he was good for. They didn't think he could expand.
Dude, because they look, temperament means more than anything when it comes to managing a fighter or even training a fighter.
Right.
Once they seen this nigga struggle, look, if we seen the Herkovich clips and the Hay clips and all that shit, they've seen him they've seen probably worse.
Right.
The thing is, when they're gonna avoid having those situations come up in real fights. So they scout guys who aren't gonna fucking be a threat like that to him. So he could do what he does best. and even then he would struggle with niggas.
Yeah,
That Ortiz fight, that first Ortiz fight, obviously he got some bail shot to him. That second one, he was down, like, on all.
Look, Wilder's career is more. I feel like for him, it's more mental than what he actually knows. When he knew he was the best person, when he thought he was the best person, he was fighting at the best level. Now that he knows he got chinks in his armor, he goes out there and he looks like, fuck, I hope I don't get exposed.
Yeah, because
he don't believe in himself. Like he honestly, I feel like he found a way out.
He's cutting way too much weight. Like, nigga, you want to be a cruiserweight or a heavyweight, nigga?
I mean, the thing is, though, he actually operates better around that weight than he does at 237 pounds.
Yeah, but you can tell he don't know what he want to do. When he was fighting Fury, he was like, all right, let me gain 30 pounds. Actually, let me lose 20.
Because...
Actually, let me gain 10.
For Fury, it was never...
Yeah, he was up and down. Like, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, the thing for Wilder could not comprehend is it wasn't just, it wasn't the physical thing. It was just he didn't know how to box Fury, and Fury boxed him up in the first fight, and if it wasn't for Wilder letting one of his shots from the God, in the final round, Wilder would have lost his belt then on a split decision.
Because I don't know if it was instinctively or Breland told him or something, but he finally aimed the shot lower, and it caught Fury, and that's why some people shout out to PJ when they be like, "Yo, the guy moving around, jab at his chest, jab at his chest, jab at his chest, jab at his shoulder, touch his shoulder." And you've seen the drills. I know Pat probably seen the shoulder touch drills and shit. There's a reason for shit like that, so you could throw the right hand lower because somebody who's slipping all your shots, if they got to slip a shot that's lower than what they're used to slipping, they'll get caught. And if you have lights out power like Wilder does, it's a game changer.
Yeah, it was.
He couldn't make the adjustment until like late in the fight.
Yeah, and then, like I said, the two knockdowns saved them when it shouldn't have saved them. And obviously, the fact that Fury got up from that shot and was clear-eyed and was whooping his ass afterwards in that same round. Yeah,
this is what I mean by better fighters. When you land your best shot on better fighters, sometimes they can take it, avoid it, recover, and dish it back to you. And it's like Wilder got that against, like, we go back to high school. He didn't get that moment or that realization or gut check until he got to until he fought a senior. Mm-hmm. Most other fighters, they're managed in a way where they'll get that freshman year. Mm-hmm. Or if anything, they'll be a sophomore and they'll get a freshman that bring it out of them or something.
Right.
So they knew what they was doing with his career, bro. Like,
they did.
10 title defenses against fucking who? Yeah. Luis Ortiz? Okay. Who the fuck Luis Ortiz beat?
Yeah, Luis Ortiz, pretty much got his best win after almost getting KO'd by him and Charles Martin. So it's like, it's... Yeah,
that was later on after Wilder, so you could only really give the Brian Jennings.
Yeah, King Wilder is probably his best win, really. Stavern was a champion, whatever. The Stavern second fight made him a star in a sense. That was a viral moment. You know what I'm saying? You have to admit that was a moment where, like,
it was
okay. No, because for me personally, I watched some of Gerald Washington fights a little bit before that, but that fight right there is what made me and a lot of people around me realize, damn, this guy's kind of American heavyweight champion for real, because he just the environment of
look. Deontay Wilder is Drake. Once the nigga takes a loss, everybody off the bandwagon, nigga. That's how it goes.
Nah. No. Wilder got die-hard stands and fans, bro. Nobody be jumping off the bandwagon for this dude. Like,
to this day.
To this day. Like, if you be on Twitter and see, dude, niggas is coming out with think piece after think piece, and niggas always try to run the fucking black angle. Damn, y'all just happy he lost it. Like, no, we've been preparing y'all niggas for this moment. Like, god damn it. Like,
and if it's not that, they go to the angle of why he got into boxing. Like I said,
bro, everybody got different reasons for why they go into fucking boxing. Like, dude, you overachieved with it. Like, just understand that.
You overachieved, and some people probably happy that some racist and crackers and Mexican fight. Happy that he lost. Foreigners, it's true, but not us. We keep it real. It is what it is.
It is. I mean, dude. I mean, if he would have lost in the 4th round, I'd have been happy. But since he didn't, I had no reason to do that.
Some people I expected this. I mean, we see them. I think that trilogy took out a lot out of Fury and Wilder. Honestly, and you're not skilled like Fury in that trilogy with Wilder. Yeah, I mean Wilder is not. He's not anywhere near skill level as.
And he's comfortable with being where he's at.
Yeah,
like that's all. That's Wilder's temperament, is being comfortable, and that's why he's not growing, and he never grown in his career. Like, comfortable.
The third fight, he kind of, but I feel like she got shell shocked after those Fury fights, because even the Hellenius fight, that's his little sparring partner, or whatever. But I mean, just the Parker fight, so I kind of missed a little bit of the Zhang fight. Was he using the jab to try to get it, or it just wasn't? No,
he was pawing his jab. He wasn't
pawing it.
He used to use jab with a purpose, man. You know what I'm saying? He used to jab with a purpose, it seemed like, back in the day.
Well, that's why he needed to be focused on the jab. They got this nigga doing dumbass spin drills for no fucking reason.
Like,
well, there was a reason. He spun around. There was a reason.
Yeah, like this, you're not playing basketball. You're not doing ballet, nigga. You don't need to be spinning in boxing, nigga. Like,
he spun the fight.
He spun and got and the thing is, the shot Zhang hit him with wasn't even Zhang's best shot, or no
grazing. That's what I was like, a grazing shot, dude.
No, it hit him
hit him clean right on the nose and shit. Like it hit him.
The first shot was one of those damn nervous system shots. It looked grazing, but when you get your eyes and nose hit like that real fast by something heavy, it fucks up your damn your equal, not necessarily equilibrium, but it just fucks you up. Your whereabouts, it just fucks you up. Like,
he definitely said something to the ref, like he didn't know where he was at right there, huh? When he was saying something to
the nose, dude, that was a delicate shot. He whiffed it. If you would have caught him clean, he would have been out.
And Zhang, it was perfect too, because Zhang, because as he threw that right hook, he slipped under the right hand. That's technique. That's something that you are drilled to do. That's what he was drilled to do in camp, and he was waiting for because what Zhang does, Zhang is slow, but if you stay in his wheel well and try to, Zhang will probably pick you apart in ways you probably don't expect him to do it.
He's literally the poor man's Corey Sanders, or this era's Corey Sanders.
Yeah, because like I said, Wilder should have never. Wilder should have never been hit by a shot like that at all. I'm
talking about the shot that knocked Wilder out. The second shot, that was the solid shot. Yeah. The first shot was like you know how a jab could just hit your nose and it kind of just hit your nose or something at an angle, and it kind of just fucks you up briefly. Like, God damn, it annoyed me, and that's what I feel like Wilder did. That's what happened to Wilder. And since he was drilled to do that stupid ass spinning shit, he spun, and Zhang caught him with a good solid shot. We've seen Zhang hit Joseph Parker with harder shots.
Yeah.
We've seen him hit dudes with way harder shots than that, but it was still a good shot.
Yeah, and for the people that are asking that's a dirty shot. No, it's not a dirty shot because of one thing. Because
protect yourself at all times.
Yeah, protect yourself at all times, and it was a legal shot that made him do that. Now, the referee could have went in, but you saw the referee put his arms up because, that's a legal shot. So that's why when Wilder was doing whatever the fuck he did after he spun, Zhang put his lights out with another one. So it's and just to see Wilder, nigga was laid up with his feet splayed to the side like he was in his bed chilling, bro. I was
why the fuck was he even spinning like Crash Bandicoot? That was fucking
stupid. Yo. Nobody could explain that shit. What purpose did that serve? What was he gonna do? Was he gonna try to get a rebound or dunk, a fast break?
I'm not gonna lie. First day of boxing, the first thing you said, nigga, was don't turn your back, nigga. Which is clearly obvious because if you turn your back, you can't see the punches coming on the other side.
Yeah, it's common sense. You don't even
Either or you turn the ref you want out of the fight, but the referee was
Right.
like,
He was basically he basically got hit and started running to the corner, and then looked at the ref, and then Zayn was like, "Let me chase this bitch ass nigga down."
I don't know if it was similar to the jab judo. I don't know if it was similar to I don't know if it was similar to when Costa Zoo.
Like the funny, like if you watch that knockout, the funniest shit is when Wilder turns around and then Zayn just like does a little hop, walk over, and just knock the nigga out. It's just like he literally just like takes 3 steps, like, "Oh, you running, nigga?" Wow.
Yeah, like, and like, you confused? Like, yeah, go down, nigga. Like,
yeah, I mean,
you know where you're supposed to be here. I'll show you where you're supposed to be. Like, damn.
Like,
I mean, it's literally the same thing. What happened with Fulton with Monster? He turned around, the ref didn't get it in time, and Monster laid him out with that leaping demon fist. Same thing with Terry Harper and Alicia Baumgartner. Except the referee stopped Baumgartner from laying her out with one more punch.
Yeah, because that ref was actually tentative.
I feel like in some fashion it's similar to the Costa Zoo and Zab, just because Zab talked to the ref, you know what I'm saying? He went back down. But I'm just saying, like, this, you know, they were just, it wasn't equilibrium, but something was off. Like the central nervous system was shut down.
Well, yeah, but also Zoo couldn't really, if Zoo hit him like that while the referee was counting, you know, he would have gotten DQ.
He would have got DQ. Yeah. So, but I'm just saying the same thing where, like, you know, this nigga's out of marbles and just talking to the ref real quick.
Yeah,
because Wilder was low key like trying to get out of the fight. He was confused, like, and then remember his punch resistance went down too. So Zhang didn't even have to hit him. Like, if we're saying 1 through 10, and we know Zhang is a guy whose power is like maybe a 8.5, 9.
Yeah, it's solid 8. Solid 8. Yeah.
Solid 8.
He did crack Joy's chin. He did crack Joy's chin. So maybe
yeah. Zhang hit him with a shot that was like maybe a 6 or a 7.
7 maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just like Wilder didn't hit Hellenius with his 10. He hit Hellenius with like a 6 or 5.
Right. And it had him in Valhalla, you know. On the court. So it was like,
so you know, like, you watch enough boxing, you know when niggas is damn like throwing hard shots or landing hard shots, and like, yeah. So Wilder's done. Like, you can get the 2 polls out the way because they pertain to this fight, and then we could move on or say whatever else.
Yeah, like, I mean, like I said, I mean, just before we get to the polls, like, I mean, Wilder brought back excitement to U.S. heavyweight boxing when, you know, when heavyweight division needed a little bit. But Wilder overachieved in his career. But Wilder was never supposed to be part of any all-time great Hall of Fame conversations. Even now, his legacy took a hit. He's not. He cannot be in the Hall of Fame. He's not.
Look,
heavyweight.
Look, if he would have just took his loss with Fury and bowed out gracefully, he'll be fine. But it's like every loss is damaging his legacy, and it's showing everybody. It's showing everybody why this nigga shouldn't have 20 wins, let alone 40.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all recall the Parker, you know, after the Parker fight, it's not this nigga got, you know, I ain't trying to joke around. Nigga, he got some CTE and he should be retired. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all remember. He seen that piece, but that money keeps calling. Like, he might fight again. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I mean, because let's put it this way, because I mean,
he's fighting again.
Yeah, because the Saudis.
It's like, you shouldn't be. He shouldn't be fighting again.
Yeah, the Saudis are.
Who can he beat worthwhile that we would give a damn?
Yeah, like
could he even beat Derek Chisora now?
Like, I feel like a nigga like Jai Patel would come up and just knock him out. I'm just like, he's damaged goods and he wasn't, you know, that great.
Oh my God, you want this man highlighted even more?
I'm just saying, no, but that's a cruiserweight. So I'm saying,
put him in there.
Any heavyweight we talk about,
again.
you know what I'm saying?
No, if he's gonna fight again, put him in there with Ngannou. I'm trying to see something.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, you don't think he's right. That's the best option. Like, it'll make money. Both of you guys coming off knockouts brutally. Mm-hmm. Y'all got a name. Niggas was saying one of y'all was better than the other because y'all performed better against somebody that y'all both fought.
Right.
It has legs. Real talk, and the fight's dangerous, but it's dangerous for a good reason, but wrong reasons.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because what?
Honestly, that's the only fight that's safe enough for Wilder to take. Like, Like, honestly, like,
That's
if
the
y'all gonna have this nigga
person.
continue to fight, let it be Ngannou, because like niggas know that, like, even punchers are gonna go at him. I mean, even non-punchers gonna go at Wilder.
Yeah. I mean, even if it comes to
And
sparring, like,
Ngannou pieced up Fury. Why would we want to see him piece up Wilder too? So,
Because
like, come
Joshua pieced the fuck up out of them Ngannou.
early.
on. But Joshua will beat the fuck up out of Wilder too.
Well,
Yeah, he would.
but I mean, that's
That's why that never happened.
But that's the fight we missed at his apex. Like 5-6 years ago, that was the fight to fucking make. That was at his apex, and at his...
Yeah, now
Now that'll be like scheduling a funeral.
And now that fight's history, honestly, there shouldn't be really no more talks about Joshua Wilder right now, because Joshua's been able to rebuild and get his confidence back.
No, he got his swagger back.
and
He got his swagger back. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, let me ask you this.
On the mic, if
Wilder
on the microphone and shit, you got it back, grabbing the mic, talking and shit.
If Wilder was to, okay, say hypothetically, say Wilder go ahead and fights Ngannou, and they do this fight in December, hypothetically, if he was to knock out Ngannou in like 3 rounds, or no, 2 rounds, Wilder Brazil's this nigga, would you be okay with them saying, fuck it, let's make the Joshua fight right now?
I mean, if it depends.
Honestly, I wouldn't care, but I wouldn't be excited for it at this point either. So, like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, that's even after he knocks out Ngannou.
I mean, honestly, that's what people expect.
It's only after he knocks out Ngannou. Like, if he loses to him, fuck no.
Yeah, no. If he should stop fighting. Like,
So you rather him retire, knock out Ngannou, and just retire and say, hey, the Joshua fight was never meant to be.
Yeah, because I mean, Tyson Fury barely eked out a split decision, and Tyson Fury's reputation took a hit from the Ngannou fight. So if Wilder lost to Ngannou, yeah, like he would be on.
You can't beat a nigga with 3 fights. God damn you!
I mean, Turkey. It sounds like Turkey. He owes some Turkey some money or something, because Turkey's like, I want to make the Joshua Wilder fight even before. Remember he was saying that? Yeah, if y'all heard him getting interviewed. And
Turkey.
He sounded like King P. Like, we must make this fight. Like,
yeah, I mean, Turkey must have more belief, but I mean, I'm pretty sure Turkey can't. I mean, he understands, like, you can't have niggas getting beaten up like he's been beaten up, and he's not. There's no. Like, no one's gonna watch Wilder get beaten up if that's
maybe even Wilder because of co-main, but I just hope he retires. He's made enough money. He's got a beautiful family.
co-main. Who could he fight that deserved where he would deserve a co-main?
I mean, him versus Ngannou would be a co-main if it was like Joshua.
Nah, that's a main event if you want to do that.
That's a main event.
The co-main got to be spectacular. So if the main event is trash, then at least you can still talk about the rest of the card.
Fair.
Yeah, but the polls though for because I know they were very Wilder influenced.
Which one? Which poll are we doing first? Pause.
The Wilder retire. I got the Wilder retire one. So should be on to retire. Yeah, yes, no, or it depends. And we got 47 votes so far, and 89% said yes, retire. 9% said it depends, and 2% said no. So, yeah.
Who's that 2%? Like his team? Like,
yeah, it's just crazy because people have to understand too. Wilder is gonna be Wilder turns 39 this year. Even for heavyweights, it's that that's still.
A few years ago, he said he's gonna be till 40, but I think he was hatching his eggs a little too much because it seems to be that he ain't making to 40, dog.
Yeah. I mean, Wilder should. I mean, like Wilder is overachieved. He's made like 9 figures in this sport. Like he has kids. He has like 7-8 kids. Like
he's got a beautiful wife. He's got a beautiful wife and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, don't say that when he's still smashing his brother's girls. And shit,
no, I don't think he has a wife anymore. But that's just that's.
What is she there?
Just one from things I've seen on IGs.
Oh, damn!
It happens.
So that brother shit really hit hard then.
That shit is true. Every bit of it.
Yeah, it was true, but I didn't know it because remember, like he had the video. He in the car with Shorty,
that's
and and it seemed like it was cool. Like,
no, that was a different shorty.
Oh, that was a different shorty.
That sounds like some straight up New Jack City shit. God damn.
Damn, it looked like her. Damn, son.
But I'm saying that's like straight up how Nino Brown did G Money. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean,
that was.
But Deontay's brother should know. Like, you're bringing chicks around a rich nigga who can knock somebody out with one shot and is a heavyweight in the world. What the fuck?
God damn! If your brother has to think like that around you with his chicks, that's sad, man.
That's not really your brother, man.
It is, though.
That's not really your brother.
That's not even really your brother, my nigga, because, like...
It's like, dirty macking at its most foul.
That's horrible. Like, and we talking about, like, your wife, your girl, like... If you can't bring your wife or your main girl around your brother...
Yeah.
Nigga, like... Like, I don't know. That must be the fight to make, nigga. Shit.
No, I saw his brother get knocked out, baby. He would knock out his brother.
At this point, he could get a double knockout. Like, both these niggas will knock each other out. Like, and y'all talking about cruiserweights could beat up Wilder. Shit.
And I always said, too, like, if Wilder didn't have the right hand, he would be his brother, who stinks. Like, his brother is...
And look what happens when you strategically take away Wilder's right hand.
Yeah.
He's literally his brother level. So
yeah. I mean, Deontay Wilder, he overachieved. I voted yes, he should retire, but it sounds like he's not going to. But he overachieved. To answer, I think somebody asked if he's a Hall of Famer. I think by merit he's gonna have to probably get him because he was the only American heavyweight we had in the decade, really, with the shit. So I think you can get it off of that in the title defenses. Should he be a Hall of Famer?
When you name 10 heavyweights, you got to name Wilder, nigga.
What?
But I'm saying he beat. I don't think
honestly, he ain't no fucking Hall of Fame.
I'm so proud to be honest.
If you name 10 heavyweights,
out of our current heavyweights, he be the fourth guy. I think we're all putting Usyk, Fury, and AJ over Wilder when it comes to Hall of Fame, right?
Never.
Of course, dude. Look. Come on, bro. Because heavyweights, look. Even though we saying no, he doesn't deserve it.
I'm not putting Usyk
he'll still go in there.
I'm not putting Usyk before Wilder.
Maybe not first ballot. Maybe first ballot. But
Usyk is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
No, I'm talking about Wilder. Of course, Usyk can get in. I'm saying between.
Dude, if they all got on the ballot at the same time, it'd be hard for Wilder to get in there.
Yeah.
Bro, because honestly, look, but it's all said and done. You could end up putting Parker ahead of Wilder.
I'm not thinking Fury or Usyk over Wilder in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you're just foolish.
You're just tripping.
You're just being foolish,
tripping, bro.
Usyk is
like Joshua got a case. Fucking Joseph Parker making the case for the Hall of Fame.
But I'm saying Wilder just being the only American heavyweight we had worth of shit in 20 years, really.
He'll get in. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, the 10 title defenses is what's going to get him in.
Yeah.
Even though it was like Robin Hood's Merry Men of
if you win 9 of your title defenses by knockout, nigga, you raw.
Yeah, no, the heavyweight.
Nah, that then fucking. There's so many damn niggas who just had belts and then.
No, niggas coming in there trying to take your belt and you just cleaning them up in one round, nigga. That's
but it's the competition.
It don't matter. Those were the mandatories.
You can't Wilder.
He ducked his mandatory. You fucking dude. Somebody beating him 3 times and fighting and that other person had to fight Wilder's mandatory.
Wilder has 48 fights. He's only beaten 2 champions in them.
Because he was a champion for 40 of them fights, nigga.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's only beaten 2. The last champion he's beaten was in 2015 when he beat Stavern.
Who was the first?
He had 20 fights as champion, or 15 fights as champion.
No, I'm saying, but who's the other champion he beat, Pat? Who's the other champion besides Stavern?
Lakovic, the only one. The only other one. Yeah, the only. Yeah, like Wilder. All
right, but are those champions Hall of Famers over Wilder? No,
no.
Well,
and he had got a shot version of Lakovic.
Yeah, Lakovic is Lakovic is was. I mean, if you ever heard me talk about Lakovic and Brewster, that's one of my favorite heavyweight fights of all time. And that's the forgotten phase. And it's the best heavyweight fight since the 2000s, and it was on American soil. and I'll say that confidently, and no one you better tell me otherwise either. Ain't no damn Fury Wilder shit. Watch some real heavyweights throw in that fight. But Lajkovic and Stavern are just that's horrible. And then you have Luis Ortiz, which is his best win.
Wait, so that fight better than Fury Wilder 1, Pat?
Oh yeah, you kidding me?
Fury Wilder 1 wasn't really it wasn't
really a good fight like that.
It wasn't a good fight.
That shit was crazy. It had you on the edge of your seat. You didn't know what was going to happen.
I said intense. That's intense. Like,
I mean,
it was dramatic.
That's gotta be one of the better trilogies of heavyweights. You know, I mean, maybe because I just lived through it. It's one of the, it's not in touching Bo or Holyfield or anything like that. Or Frazier Ali. But I'm just saying it's a memorable heavyweight trilogy.
Yeah, growing up in my generation, nigga, I don't remember many heavyweight fights that was popping. It was all them.
I'm saying that in terms of trilogies, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Bo, Holyfield, Frazier Ali. I'm not saying it's up there, but it is a memorable heavyweight trilogy.
When I was growing up, it was middleweight and welterweight was taking over the whole shit. Nobody really cared about heavyweights like that.
He's telling you that right now, like, because he's probably referring to the whole Klitschko era, the whole
era.
Yeah,
when you could think back to then, like,
yeah, because and for the teams, like people used to downplay Vlad, or not Vitaly as much. People recognize Vitaly was a tough motherfucker, but Vlad had legit ruled the division for 10 years, and people will still think he's overrated. Like, and he's not. And Vlad made himself into a Hall of Famer, when he probably should have washed out, But
for both of them, Vitaly's a Hall of Famer too.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But it's hard to put Wilder as a top 10 heavyweight because, frankly, his wins, he doesn't have his wins and his resume are weak.
It's the reign it's the 10 title defenses. That's all it is. And he's the last American heavyweight.
Coupled with whether he's not
dudes like John Ruiz and Chris Bird got better wins than Deontay Wilder.
Listen, I don't think y'all can name 9 niggas over Wilder in his generation while he was fighting.
Heavyweights. I mean,
just name niggas that he avoided and didn't fight at all.
Okay, but where are them niggas at now? Are them niggas fighting?
Charles Martin's gonna do this thing.
Are them niggas fighting on hitting cards on the zone, nigga?
Dillian White's still doing his thing. Dillian White probably has better wins than Wilder does.
That's what I'm saying. So when you put that in perspective, it's hard to just be throwing Wilder up there like that.
I mean, hell, Robert Helenius has more better wins than Wilder. He's beaten 3 heavyweight champions. So it's like it's really like that's a bad.
It's like niggas want us to jump out the window and just break like bare minimum standards for Wilder. Like I don't get that shit. Yeah. Hey, hold on, wait. Anthony, I see you, cuz. Oh, hold on, slow up, bro. Hey, Rob, what it do, cuz? Salute, bro. Yeah, I voted yes, bro. It's time to hang it up. But yeah, Anthony, let me get to your question. That's an honest question I want you guys to answer. Can you blame guys like Wilder, Fury, AJ, Vitaly, and Vladimir because their division wasn't deep with top level? Nah, all these motherfuckers had deep divisions. It's who you fight.
Yeah.
Wilder could have most definitely fought better competition.
Yeah, he definitely could, but he did not. Like, I mean, the only thing I don't give him grief about is the Povetkin, because Povetkin kind of, he did what he did, and
Povetkin fucked that up himself, and But the thing is, if that fight would have happened, we would have got to this point in Wilder's career a lot sooner.
Right, yeah, because Povetkin is someone Povetkin you can't sleep on, because as you saw what he did, we do later on to Dillian White and all that. So
a gold medalist versus a bronze medalist.
But what can he do? What can Wilder do to make y'all be like, you know what? We was wrong.
It's too late. Nothing, bro.
Too late is nothing.
We was wrong. He's the greatest heavyweight fighter I've ever seen.
Let's put it this way. I mean, I've been on 4 platforms talking about Wilder since like the early 2010s about Wilder's flaws. Like I remember too. Like here's another little throwback to. There was a fighter back in the day that had a Wilder-like record. His name was Farouk Salim. He was like 38-0, and he used to be on the Max Boxing like forums, like, you know, like who's this 38? Who's this 38? Okay, he was like 6'8", you know, and you know he had power. He had 32 knockouts, but he wasn't. He was fighting. He was just fighting the journeyman and the jobbers and shit like that.
Niggas in the parking lot.
Basically, until finally one day, I think he fought like a 3-4-1 journeyman who knocked him out in 4 rounds. Who was like 6'1", 202 pounds. So it's like, and that's when Wilder names started ringing. It was the same thing. Wilder's competition was just on that level. It was just a whole bunch of that shit. So that's why
my first time even seeing Wilder was a Severn fight, and they were like, "Oh, he's trying to take this guy's belt. This guy's been champion." Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, let me see. This nigga go in there and just destroy the man.
I mean, he didn't do that in.
Oh, you saw the rematch.
That's the second fight. That's the second fight. First fight, Severn actually gave him a go.
Yeah. Severn was the first person to last the distance with him, so it was like, you know. But and that was ironic. That might have been one of Severn's better showings. So it's like, you know. But yeah, no, Wilder
it definitely was for Wilder.
Yeah, I mean that's what Wilder's best performance as a boxer was in that fight.
He came there and showed up, and niggas like, oh, damn, he just came in there and took the belt from them.
And this is the thing, it's not like he did anything special. He did some day one.
No, he really did the same shit he always do in there. He just go in there, just spam the right hand, just.
But see, he stood up the right hand. Look, see, this is the thing. Wilder wasn't afraid to throw the right hand against Severn. Like, he was setting it up with the jab, but it got to a point where Wilder got lazy and he just really just wanted to just move around and be Keith Thurman and run guys into the right hand.
Or is it just me, or was Wilder always fighting people smaller than him? Or
that
not?
too.
Yeah, that too. That too.
He fought a lot of guys smaller than him.
Every all of his old fights, you would see him towering over dudes, and he'll just dudes look scared as fuck. Just dudes
are out of shape looking. I mean, you know, I mean, you know, the Joe Washington, former tight end NFL, he was in decent shape. You know, he still looks.
But no, Wilder come in there on D's, swole as fuck, 6'9", whatever.
No, Wilder was a good lean NBA player. Yeah, I mean, you know,
and everybody else is looking regular heavyweights, and they're like, "Yo, who the fuck is this monster I'm about to fight?" And this nigga just started throwing right hands. I don't even think it was the right hand. They were just like, "Yo, who is this guy? Just look retarded in the ring." Fucking throwing right hands like this nigga is a real boxer, but he just.
But real quick, I want to say shout out to Anthony Lozano with his comment saying before Emmanuel Stewart passed away, in an interview, he said heavyweight division is the hardest division to train because they're full of prima donnas. But he did say, shouts out to Manny Stewart, because he did say Fury, maybe he was wrong about Wilder a little bit, but Fury and Wilder were going to be the best, you know, heavyweights, you know, 10 years ago before he died. So shouts out to the GOAT, Manny Stewart.
Yeah, because you got to look at it. He's assuming that Wilder will listen and follow instructions because he got Breland in the same gym with him and in his corner and shit.
He thought Fury would lose weight.
And he thought Fury would be serious and not have up and down performances.
In the sense, he was right. You know, in the sense, he was right, though. I mean, you know,
he was right about Fury more so than Wilder. But Wilder did get to a point where he was a champion.
This is before they were champs, both of them. You know, this is like, you know, Manny Stewart's got the greatest boxing mind I've ever heard on TV personally. So.
But he is right about. Heavyweight division is the hardest division to train because the whole prima donna shit. Like, I've had boxing trainers, coaches down here. I've heard stories. I've talked to them personally. Like heavyweights, like big motherfuckers, like don't feel obligated to really listen to you, and especially if they're bigger and stronger than you.
Facts. Yeah.
So that's one thing. And if you're some old guy who's damn. I'm about to say 40, but if you're like some old guy who's like 50 or 60,
yeah, this nigga gotta extend it.
yeah, because I had to listen to myself. Like, nigga, you 40? Like, hold on. But see, I had to say 40 because some niggas that age still train and they can still fuck these niggas up. Mm-hmm. But a nigga who's like 50, 60, you might got a good move that you could use on a nigga, but you might not could fuck these niggas up. These are heavyweights in their fucking prime. Mm-hmm. So these niggas is looking at you like, I gotta listen to you. That urgency to learn ain't there unless inside of them like that.
Right. Or you get their respect.
Or you get their respect. And sometimes niggas don't respect you if they can't envision you or they can't see you doing something that you could be like, okay, yeah, I would never want this nigga to hit me with that. Or we watched the Kung Fu movies. We seen the little Shaolin Yoda looking nigga break a tree and keep niggas in line, and you wonder why. Damn, he been training niggas for 80 years and no one stepped to him because motherfuckers seen him break real, that older ones.
It even trickles down to managing. Like a person that respects you more in managing is they understand that you can get down on their level and do exactly what they doing at a high pace.
True.
At a good rate.
Yeah, so I mean,
so that's why the heavyweight shit is hard, bro. Because you dealing with niggas who 6 feet, 6'3", 250 pounds, 6'5", 6'8", niggas who ain't too many people fighting niggas that big.
Unless you're like a 7 foot, 350 pound trainer, niggas gonna be like, yeah, all right, nigga.
Exactly. Like me personally, the biggest person I ever sparred was 6'6". He was 260 at the time, and I was 190 at the time. And yeah, you feel the difference. But yeah, I was beating that nigga.
He lawn chaired you, didn't he? He folding chaired your ass.
Nah, the first time we sparred 2 rounds, it was about a draw. We was filling out the first round. Second round, I started catching with lefts. I was switch hitting and catching them coming inside. Pause. The second time we sparred I think maybe 4 rounds, and I was beating his ass. It's just he was leaning on me, and he had counter. I got greedy. I missed the shot, and he hit me with an uppercut or something, and it knocked me out the ring. But I beat the count outside the ring, and I got back in the ring, and I still was piecing this nigga up. But then maybe a minute later inside the same round, he caught me with a shot that made me just brace and like maybe step. And so niggas thought I was hurt. And so I wasn't hurt, but niggas stopped it. But dude was more like, yeah, he was ready to the dude I was fighting more was tired. So he was glad. He was like, yeah, you could quit it now. You could stop it now. But but I say 6'6" is tall, but he's a guy who didn't fight with his height like he should have.
No, the fuck he did not.
You can still 5'10", you can still touch a 6'6" nigga, but they gotta be in your wheelhouse. But a nigga who knows how to really fight at 6'6", he's not gonna approach you in a certain way where you could get him like that.
And funny things too, there's a fight we'll talk about later on in the card. Someone who did utilize their height and their reach. No. Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about, but yeah, we go to the next Twitter poll because I think everybody voted yes for this nigga to retire. Let me clarify what I mean by top level competition. It's fighters that you know can beat them outright instead of a lucky shot. Ain't no such thing as lucky shots in boxing, bro. Yeah, you used the wrong word with Shuttleworth. You don't like that. You don't like that.
If you train every day to do something and it finally happens for you when you need it most, there's nothing lucky about it. All right, next poll.
Man, Mike Tyson was... Oh, sorry. Pilot B, I was waiting for him to bring up the next poll.
Oh, nah, say what you was going to say.
Yeah, no, Mike Tyson... Yeah,
you got it, Pilot, or you need me to do it?
Pete, bring it up there. I think I saw a private chat.
Yeah, that nigga hitting the bowl or something.
But yeah.
One moment.
But yeah, as you do that, I'll say quick. Yeah, Mike Tyson was an anomaly for a lot of reasons. Mike Tyson is the last great two-way fighter, offensively and defensively. No one has been able to do what he has done since.
All right, got it. I got it. No, let's start. What's the best indicator of real punching power? Is it hurting everyone, KOing journeymen, KOing contenders, or KOing elite champs? We got 38 votes so far. 63% said hurting everyone. 26% said KOing elite champs. 8% said KOing journeymen. And 3% said KOing contenders.
I mean, really, I mean, to me, it is KOing everyone that you can actually do it, including like the elite. Doesn't matter. But
I mean, if we had an E option,
it's KO and journeyman because it just shows that they don't belong where you are.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Get out of here. Yeah, the funny thing too is like, and the funny thing too is Muhammad Ali is never really talked about as being an elite puncher, but dude has stopped people that have not been stopped before or since, or he's the first one to actually stop them. Like that Muhammad Ali is a whole puncher.
He's a boxer puncher to me because he could box, but then he could punch and like he stopped elite guys. See, like, all right, let's go. Who voted for who? Pat, what you voted for?
I mean, I put they would hurt everyone. I mean, because you should be able
hurting
to
everyone
from elite to journey.
Same. I said hurting everyone.
Pilot not here. Oh yeah.
KO and journeyman.
This nigga. Yeah. I put KO in elite competition.
Yeah.
Because that's like the best fucking gauge. Because it goes back to what I said about Wilder. Like, when you get against better fighters, better opponents, they could offer something back that makes it more difficult for you to stop them.
Remember,
like
Wilder put Fury on the canvas too. Don't forget that shit. Nigga.
He didn't KO him.
And see, this is why hurting everyone isn't a bad choice. It would have been my second choice, but hurting everyone
don't mean shit.
It does and it doesn't, because
hurt somebody without knocking them out.
No. What I mean in this sense, you could be a guy who hurts everyone, but you could never beat anyone.
You can never finish. Right.
You can't finish.
You hurt somebody. Like, what was that nigga I was just talking about? Was it this card where
Brett Catterall could fucking hurt everybody?
Yeah, that nigga had him hurt and just watched him recover. Watch his bar go back up.
Yeah, and a part of me don't even want to consider him a puncher, but he is.
Nigga, finish the fight. The nigga's about to fall down. He's just looking at him like, come on, get yourself together. Come on.
Terrell Gaucher, I'm saying that right?
Terrell Gaucher.
Yeah. Gaucher. Terrell Gaucher, another one of those guys who hurts everyone. But when does he hurt it? And it counts and he makes it happen. Like,
yeah, that's the point. Yeah, that's the thing. There's levels of punchers. Like, yeah, you've got Kelly Pavlik. Ugh. I personally despise Kelly Pavlik. I never liked that guy at all. You know, Kelly Pavlik could punch though. I'm not saying that he couldn't. Yeah. Like, you know,
because most of the time, the guy who could stop the elite guys, and there's anomalies. Most often, the guys who could stop the elite guys or the top guys, they always end up stopping everyone else too, for the most part.
And that's where Foreman. That's where Foreman. What Foreman is that type of person. That was what George Foreman was.
Yeah, and I've been hearing people trying to compare, the skills to Foreman. No, Foreman had actual skills. Did I ever compare
Foreman had fundamentals out his ass. Like, but
it's not only that, it's ring IQ too.
Yeah, should we get to the poll? I mean, did we bring that poll up or no?
Yeah, we already did, bro.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Oh, what'd you vote for?
I said everybody. I didn't,
Heard it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's an easy answer. But yeah, I feel you. Hold on. Hey, what up, Dice? What it do? Parker and Zhang ain't elite. They're mid-level guy. Parker's a top 5 heavyweight for like the longest.
Zhang is too. It's pretty much.
And like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah, like these are your top. Like,
once you start getting into top 5, top 3, we're talking about elite for your division. Like,
yeah,
because remember, like, this is a heavyweight inspired poll, Twitter poll. They're not like a lot of times heavyweights. You got to win a certain way, and it's really about the competition and what you do, because you can't really fight the skilled pound for pound guys like that unless they eventually move up to fight you. So you don't have a bunch of guys floating around your division where you can like, all right, I could grab a middleweight, I could grab a junior middleweight, I could grab a super middleweight, or I could do a light heavyweight. Yeah, heavyweight is different.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, a guy like Parker would be elite. Spain, he was a champion. If you don't want to say Zhang elite, I'll give you that. But still, elite top guy, if you could stop those type of dudes, like more often you're a real puncher.
Right. I mean, Zhang has not been down yet, whereas Parker's actually been down, but he's actually been KO'd before, by Joe Joyce, who again, like, who was at one point probably a top 5 heavyweight. Yeah, because he was, I mean, Joe Joyce probably has better wins than Wilder. So it's like, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, bro, and not to even make this about Wilder, but it's like this. Okay, hurting everyone, you're Rocky Juarez.
Mm-hmm.
And Rocky was that dude, bro. So this ain't even no slight to him. But you're Rocky Juarez or Terrell Goucher.
Mm-hmm.
KO and Journeyman, you're Wilder now.
Or Shannon Briggs, pretty much.
Or Shannon Briggs, goddamn.
And I love Shannon Briggs.
I know, right? But to be honest with it, KOing contenders. What's the name? Who's somebody who always KOing contenders?
Oh man, let's see. In the last 20 years, let's see. Someone who always KO'd contenders.
You can say Shane Mosley at lightweight.
Yeah, that too. Absolutely. I mean, Monster. Monster's an elite puncher.
Nah, nigga, you skipping Monster's the next one, bro.
Yeah, okay. Well, Monster hurts everybody pretty much, so it's like.
But see, the reason why he's the elite champions and the top guys, if you're KOing guys who are top 3 in their division, you sit at the mountaintop because you're KOing them. Hurting them don't mean shit if you're not stopping these niggas.
Mm.
You're just a guy who can punch. But would I say you're the best? Would I say you're the best puncher if you don't finish the guy? That's like being the best rapper, but you can't make good songs. Like, yeah, that nigga, like, who got the best 6? Like, that's like, that could be a Twitter poll. Like, what's the best indicator of a dope MC? Great 16s. Great,
Evans, yeah, all that shit.
Good songs, good albums, good features. Like, I want the nigga who I'm a bet on the nigga who's always stopping the top guys. You clutch, my nigga.
Triple G, Kovalev.
You stopping dudes that are on your level or above.
Yeah, I mean Triple G and Kovalev. Kovalev at one point was really doing it.
Yeah, Triple G is one of those guys, contenders. Okay, he is a guy who, when he got to like the Canelos and the damn Jacobs, he couldn't damn knock them out, but he hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a lot of guys gonna fall under 2 categories sometimes. Monster, since he's KOing the top guys, you're gonna put him as a top. A guy like Golovkin, he's KOing contenders and he hurting everybody. He falls under that too. So
Crawford KO'd contenders, and then of course he KO'd Spence. So
one top guy. So yeah, but he could be up there.
This nigga.
Wait, yeah, I mean, you can't just. I mean, we want to see him KO another top guy. If he KO Madrimov, then okay, he'll belong. Like, I'll give him that. You just, you got to KO more than one elite nigga. Like,
with Wilder. I mean, I know we gave Wilder and Zhang a lot of bars. Like I said though, Zhang, it's just. There was just a lot of things about Wilder that people was like, it's like, hey, we told you, like, we braced you. So now people are writing epitaphs for the man's career. Like, it's like, no, he's what he's always been what he was. It's just now whether it's meeting its level, and you're really seeing Wilder for what he is. You know,
y'all traded the Devin Haney think pieces for the Wilder think pieces,
right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but if I look say, we gave the Boston probably the worst fight on the actual card. Just had the most brutal concussive knockout. You know what I'm saying? And then, but Eddie, Eddie's other Matchroom roster did not fare any better. Now we go to the other heavyweight fight with Daniel Dubois and Filip Hrgović. And that was a really damn good shootout, because honestly, Hrgović was talking cash shit, and he was like, I'm going to knock this dude out. And Hrgović and Dubois, they were throwing bombs at each other. But the problem was Hrgović didn't do enough work didn't do enough road work, so he got tired. And Dubois somehow managed to take these punches, and Dubois just started beating his ass, like everything that Dubois you think he wasn't able to do, combination punches, jab.
That's the one I feel like I got right. I mean, I kind of was rooting for Wilder, but I picked Zhang. But I felt like, Dubois being battle tested, whether it be a big baby, he has fought, y'all gotta stop giving these Hrgovićs and all these motherfuckers the boogeyman label, and they don't deserve it yet. I'm just saying, because y'all are trying to tell me Hrgović was a true boogeyman.
We lost that in the Zhang fight, bro. Like we passed the boogeyman shit with Hrgović. It's just dude. That's
but he was still a favorite interesting. For the most part, probably betting. So he was probably the favorite by far, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, Hrgović was the betting favorite. Yeah, of course.
He's eating too much of fucking Dubois. Damn, quit on niggas, and it's been like now you could say Dubois is like back, or he's improved, or like the Miller was cool. That like got his foot in the door, like. Right. But we gotta evaluate, look at Miller. So, but yeah, he got over it. Like we love it, but now Hrgović, okay, you got over that, and you stopped him brutally, all that shit, bro. Okay, yeah, I can have faith in this guy again. Like,
yeah, Hrgović got fucked up. Like he cuts over both eyes. Like honestly, how Hrgović didn't go down was beyond me, because Dubois was just lacing that dude. Like the doctor gave him an out. The doctor was like, he didn't like. Yeah, and the funny thing is, Hrgović didn't even like. He didn't even say okay. Like Hrgović was bloodied and beaten up and defeated. Like and honestly, I was disappointed by that effort, because I thought he would at least drop Dubois at least once, because 3-4 rounds of right hands and Dubois ate them shits like Scooby snacks. And
he needed to go to Dubois' damn body.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, Dubois again. He summed up what he fought on the big baby fight and got himself a great victory. And now possibly he'll probably be upgraded to be an IBF champion in the next 2 weeks or so, depending on shit. And then probably the most disappointing loss to me in the tournament: Hamza Shiraz and Ammo Williams. I'm sorry, now don't get me wrong. It was a good little scrap in it, because Ammo I thought Ammo was gunning for a first round knockout, because he had Shiraz on Queer Street like in the first couple of rounds. He tagged him hard, and you saw a dude shell up and start doing the hucklebuck and shit. And then, but once Shiraz started using his length, his power, his jab, the fucking jab had Ammo's head looking like fucking when Little Mac hit Glass Joe and Mike Tyson's punch up.
Ammo fought like a fucking dummy.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, should have been trying to get his way on the inside and try to use the inside shuffle, get in and get some punches in from body shots, uppercut. And this motherfucker is just standing on the outside at the end of Shiraz's jab, just getting punch. Like, dude didn't, and even when he was trying to get inside, it wasn't like he was trying to use a jab to get close the distance. This motherfucker was doing the shuffle. Like, he was just dancing his side. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, the fact there was enough urgency to me, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what Ammo was doing. And I thought, Ammo was taking those shots good at times, but then Shiraz was just really whipping that right hand into him. I'm just like, what the and I was like, there's no way. And then Ammo's eyes started closing. And then the shot that actually put him down first was just like, that shit was swift as fuck. I was like, oh, god damn. You know, like, and I did say in the preview, like Shiraz was a puncher, like was a real puncher. But you know, me and Pilot was like, yeah, we want Ammo to win because Ammo winning would probably mean more to the middleweight division than Shiraz winning. But then after that, Ammo still fought like a dumbass because they kept on mentioning, oh, he was watching Hagler fights. Hagler fought intelligently. It wasn't like, you know, I don't know what. I mean, he was watching it, but he was probably just watching.
Hey, y'all mean though. Y'all keep calling this man a dumbass. He fighting like like damn. Y'all think it's just horrible.
Because he disappointed me the most because I was like, God damn, like I mean he got took apart like brutally, and then that last combination that Shiraz landed on him, like the ref had to wave that shit off, and of course I was just like, God damn it. And Emma got.
I know he was frustrating his trainer.
Yeah, his Emma was like, you're not doing what we did with practicing the jab.
Yeah, he was tired of them niggas. Cause
and shout out to finally the Zone for not giving us a damn autos or commercials and letting us hear what's going on in their fucking corners.
Thank you. Yes, yeah, that has to be said. Shout out to Android if he's still listening. That's something that they got right because that'd be annoying. Like I'm like, bro, I don't want to have to go and get auto parts after this shit on some zombie shit. Like y'all done did the damn old trick on a nigga head where it's like, fuck it. Like, yeah, I think I need to change my oil. Like, bro, you just changed your oil last pay-per-view card. What the fuck?
Or get the Lucas shit for my gas tank. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's funny because I mean it was a step up fight, and I wanted Ammo to pass that shit with flying colors, and unfortunately, like that was a big setback for him. Like Shiraz, I have no doubt in my mind Shiraz will actually beat Adames for his belt. Like there's no question in my mind because I don't think. But this is
I wouldn't like. Adames still has a shot. It's maybe like a 60-40 because Adames is a little more diverse with his punch selection. The thing is that hurt Ammo. When he did get cooking, he was just so pedestrian and so basic with it that like Shiraz would just cover up and it wouldn't do much. And it's like, bro, like you gotta damn crack the shell differently. You can't just do that basic 1-1-2 or left right. Like you gotta middle, uppercut, hook, around the shot, like corkscrew. Like there's so many different types of shots.
I mean, or at least jab. Because his jab stats were embarrassing. I remember they said they read the total jabs in the fight. This nigga had like 1 out of like 30 or some shit, like some crazy ass stat. I'm like, bruh. Like you're a smaller guy, jab your way in. You know, try to don't stay.
A lot of these niggas don't want to have to jab and like come forward. Everybody wants to play pretty and back foot box and they're not counter punchers like that. Like and you see it in America. Like somehow it flew and got to Jack Catterall camp or whatever city he in. But this whole I could be a pretty counter puncher. Like y'all cut that shit out. Learn the fucking slip punches, going forward and fighting behind a jab and mixing up your attack. Like this shit's ridiculous. Like nobody's really like when I see all these boxers, I'm not seeing no outworldly talent or no crazy skill set, or I'm not seeing niggas parrying with the same hand and countering and like doing like I'm not seeing no shit like that. So I'm like, okay. And that brings us. You could overcome this.
Yeah, and that brings us to the next fight, which was easily another fight of the year candidate and the fight of the night with Nick Ball and Ray Ford. You know, like I said, it was an excellent fucking fight.
That was the fight of the night. Like they was throwing.
But the one thing about
and I called that shit too. My bad. Go ahead.
No, say that shit, nigga. Yeah, you call that shit. That's what's up.
I called that shit. Yeah, based on Nick Ball's last fight, I call that shit.
Yeah, and the funny thing too is like, and I mean, it could be a couple reasons. I mean, obviously, I was there when Ford won his belt, and it was a hard fight. Like it's a fight of the year. It's probably still top fight of the year fight. But like I said, when I was in the dressing room with dude interviewing him, like he was fucked up. Like he had cuts over his eyes and shit like that, and he wouldn't. And he was like, I want to drop this belt. I want to go to 130. But Eddie was like, the sheet, His Excellency is offering a lot of bread for you to defend this belt in this 5-on-5 shit. So he made him do it, and you can tell that was a rough weight cut, and and you can tell it just affected how he fight because Ford let Ball get off too much bullshit just off activity alone. Like they were throwing hands, but there was just too many times where Ford was on the ropes and letting Ball do his work volume punch it, blah 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 blah, and the judges are seeing that shit, because he's not really throwing. He didn't really throw any hard shots back like that until like midway through the fight.
Real quick. Was this y'all parlay cooker for the week? This the shit that fucked y'all up for the week?
Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't this fight.
It fucked up on one of them, but I had Nick Ball by KO. Mm-hmm. That's what fucked me up and the reason why I picked that, why I bet on that, and is because the way Ray Ford looked, and I knew he was going to be drained.
He looked better as the week went on, but yeah, he was, he looked, because at first looked grim, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, but still, it's how you perform in the fight, and I wasn't expecting like him and Josh Taylor being drained for the weight and being like they performed, especially Ford, they performed better than my expectations. But like I could the reason why Ford really couldn't do much the first half is one of the same reasons why Hopkins couldn't do much in the first half against Jermaine Taylor. They had to conserve the offense and try to turn it up and win the fight late because they can't really use the footwork like that, so they're gonna block. And Ford lost on that.
Some people thought Ford got robbed.
Nigga, I checked.
Nah, he ain't been fucking robbed.
I just checked.
It wasn't a robbery.
My parlays, nigga, and the nigga that fucked me on every one. Like I had some that was like 5 out of 6. Every single one was Wilder, nigga.
Well, I don't know.
I just realized this. I didn't realize that I picked Wilder on every single parlay. I had Wilder KO or Wilder by win in every parlay, and that shit fucked me on everything.
Dude, like why?
Wilder, nigga, learn how to box, nigga. The fuck, nigga, you losing niggas money. Niggas been losing money on you for 3 years now, nigga. The fuck is wrong with you? All right, go ahead. My bad. Ray Ford.
Yeah, no, but once Ray turning up in the 7th round when he cracked Ball with like 2 left hooks that had his nose like broken and bleeding all over the place and it never stopped bleeding. Like it became like Ball was starting to like fade a little bit and Ford was coming and try to steal rounds though. In the 12th round, like they was really like Ford was trying for another 12th round knockout or at least a knockdown because he had he got at least one knockdown, he would have retained with a draw.
I had it. Honestly, I had a 7-5 Ball. I was 7-5 Ford, but I can see 7-5 Ball too. So I'm not mad.
I still had Ford winning a close fight. Yeah.
I mean, it also didn't help that Ford. Honestly, Ford basically spent the whole fight fighting like Adrian Broner. That shit was annoying.
I can see that.
Poor man's Emmanuel Taylor fight.
He was fighting like Broner, like just high guard up, just like not trying to evade any shots. He's just gonna cover up and let Ball punch on him, which was stupid. And yes, Ball wasn't getting through all of his punches, but he was active enough that's going to skew the judges' opinion.
He kind of gave up his 0 because Pat interviewed him after his fight earlier this year. He talked about he couldn't make the weight. Eddie convinced him and he lost his 0, but at least it don't matter as much anymore. I think like he'll be in the big 130 fight. We'll forget all about it. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be in a big 130 fight.
See, at least the fight was good. Yeah. So he still gave a good account of himself. The only thing, and I know it was the weight, but the whole Adrian Broner shit, like whenever you fight a volume guy,
that's on point.
Trying to block everything is the worst defensive tactic you could use against a volume guy. He
did a good job with it, but it wasn't. Yeah, I can see.
He never did a good job of get that shit. Because if he did, he would have won the fight because he would have won some of them first half rounds.
Right.
Like, dude, like you literally could go into the 7th round and it would have been like 4-2 or 5-1.
Right.
And not saying the rounds weren't competitive because they were, but you got to remember Ford is Then he got a stiff arm to get a shot off. He put his hands back, and Ball was eating him alive with them fucking uppercuts. Yeah, he was snapping Ford's head back all fucking night with them uppercuts. So the people who like, oh well, you know, Ball wasn't landing as much. He was landing enough.
Sure, fuck was.
Because he was landing them body shots. He was landing some of them overhand rights. And that uppercut wasn't missing for shit. Mm-hmm. So when you're throwing fucking 5 to 7 to 8 punches at a time, and you're landing 3 and 4 out of those, or even if you land 2, if you land the hardest one out of that bunch, you still doing good. Mm-hmm. But you don't ever want to, because you're catching the volume guy's energy. That wears you down, and it just lets them. It keeps them. It feeds their aggression. So you don't want to give a volume guy a target, like especially if they're looping shots and throwing wild. You kind of want to parry or slip or use footwork to kind of get around that shit. So, and that'll wear them out after missing. But you blocking all that shit, that just gonna keep them niggas like that fucking what's that damn movie from the 80s, nigga? Pat, them little furball niggas that came from outer space.
Critters?
Critters, yeah. That's how that. He's like, you fighting a fucking critter. Like, that shit just keep, and it just keep growing and growing. But Ford was fucking him up at the end, but
he was.
He needed to pump the jab more in the first half. If he'd have just used a little more footwork and set up some shots, because he landed a few good hard shots in the first half, just not enough to really win them rounds, but still a good fight though. Best fight on the card. He could bounce back. I just think, the weight played effect in the strategy and how he was able to fight.
Right, and he accepted the decision. Like, he was a good sports about it. And I know he's been on Twitter and like, yeah, he won, and I have to move up to 130. I enough respect too, acting like that.
It was a closer to fight. Like it was like Haney Lomachenko for me. Like, it could have gone either way. No robbery.
No robbery. I mean,
the niggas who was talking about they had Ford 8 rounds, or they gave one of the other 8 rounds. Y'all the niggas who can't score, because nobody dominated enough where they had 8 rounds.
No, he gave. I mean, shouts out to Ford. He gave us 2 top 10-ish fights of the year off top. I mean, we come with top 10 fights of the year so far. He's been in, to me, top 7. I've seen at least a couple of them.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I was happy that I was in the house for probably the best fight this year with the whole thing with Odebrecht.
You be seeing some historic fights. Like I hope me and Rome some historic shit happen with this T.O. fight.
Yeah, I hope so too, though. But one person that I'm definitely off of now is the first fight, because the first fight blew my fucking parlay with Craig Richards and Willie Hutchinson.
That fight was a 2-pack of ass. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, Craig Richards. I don't understand this dude. How do you almost beat Bivol, but you can't handle a domestic level crude puncher who got 6-round stamina? How does that work? Like, seriously.
He looked rusty though. Like, and honestly, I think the dude Hutchinson was better than he looked and acted, and just I think he was crafty.
I didn't realize the age difference. Hutch was 34, 35, and Hutchinson's 23, 24 age did the L knockout. But
Hutch was completely spent after the 7th round. He had nothing. He was just.
He was. But the craft is different. It's what got him do that shit.
You can see the age difference in the fighters. You know what I'm saying? Hutchinson looked at the fighter younger by a decade. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
I mean, you can see it was more strategy, because Craig Richards was fucking throwing. He was throwing at the worst times. Like when Hutchinson would try to rest, that's when this nigga's trying to box, or he'll throw one shot at a time. Mm-hmm. Like a guy like Austin Trout would beat Hutchinson.
Easy.
All just because he would just keep him too busy. Like, and when the niggas start, because Hutchinson did some good shit. Like, I like how he worked out of the pivot. I like how he exploded with offense. and it was fucking up Hitchens. Like, I'm sorry, it was fucking up Richards, because he never could get in a groove. And so his punches would be off trying to counter him. And he wasn't jabbing like he was supposed to. And then when he would get frustrated, he would throw one jab, but then he'd get countered. So, but like King P said, by the 7th round, dude was done.
Yeah,
but Richards tried to damn capitalize on it, but it was too little, too late.
Yeah, and then he gassed a little bit after that, and it was
because the frustration, and he was missing a lot of shots too.
Mm-hmm.
I love how LB keeps getting closer and closer every time they're calling him Hitchens. Like Richardson Hitchens, Hitchens and Richard.
You know.
Oh yeah, for real. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, but yeah, Craig Richards, you're nothing but a domestic level fighter to me now. I'm sorry. Like, that Bivol fight was an aberration. Bivol probably had an off day. You were just on like,
off day to this card too, because you knocked the motherfucker out.
Exactly.
Off night, like, Bivol killed fucking Parlay, but yeah, you're definitely right about Hitchens. I mean, Richards.
Yeah, shout out to Bull. Shout out to Bivol bucking the trend and actually stopping somebody. The first one in like 6 years.
That was the most entertaining Bivol fight I've seen in like years.
Yeah, Bivol actually threw hands. Who knew he actually threw combinations? You don't see that in his fights. Like, seriously.
No, you see combinations, but he was throwing like them Crawford, those mean combinations. Like he was, you know what it was? The dude he fought. A lot of niggas were just better than they thought better than what they were advertised. Because the guy he fought, was kind of sneaky with his offense, but he was aggressively sneaky, and he had popping his shots. Like he had a good jab. Like he was attacking Bivol. Like nobody's really attacked Bivol in a while.
No, nobody. And that's why Turkey was like, I'm going to bring him back. You know what I'm saying? Have him fight Morrell or something. The Morrell winner of Hot Rod. You know, I mean, it's perfect. You know,
that's a good fight. See, and Bivol showed that. Hey, look, if you attack me, then I'm gonna turn it up. Like so, honestly, this was a good fight for Bivol. Like it showed us something we ain't see in this dude like that.
Yeah, and Chris Brand, you're absolutely right. Bivol will have to fight aggressive like that against Beterbiev, especially when it's coming off.
Thank you.
A meniscus injury.
Thank you. That's exactly my point. Shout outs to Chris Brand. Like it's like you jumped in the Kool-Aid, but you knew the fucking flavor, my nigga. Like,
exactly.
Like you already used in the ice cubes. Like, hold on, this nigga right. Like, but yeah, like he's gonna have to damn be aggressive in spurts like that and know when to like, okay. Let me push him back. Let me and he did a good job of that. But that's only because the dude Beterbiev is going to attack Bivol.
He's going to attack him.
And that's what this guy did. This guy fought the way I thought Zerto was going to fight Bivol.
Right.
Attack Bivol. Because we haven't seen Bivol get hit this much since the Richards fight.
Exactly, and I think Bivol wanted to get him out of here before some old bullshit happened, and
exactly. Yeah, because you don't, and that's the thing. Like when you a puncher, or if you could punch or you're hurting somebody, you don't have nobody stay around you. You end up getting Mike Jones, nigga. Like when somebody could punch and you're beating their ass. Beat them to the point where you stop it, knock them out, or make them quit. But you gotta take away their heart. Like you don't beat a nigga ass until you take away his heart. When you take away his heart, and he knowing himself like, yo, I can't beat this dude. That's when you got this. That's when you do it. But you haven't. Nah.
Yeah. But overall, as a card, there's two things I want to say about this card. I mean, look, number one, the fights, they deliver for the most part. So, obviously, I absolutely want to see the concept, but with two things that need to be cleaned up. Number one, the pay-per-view price points. I'm sorry, the Zone, you're offering the shit for $68 if you have the sub, $69 if you don't. But if you go on your regular cable, if you have a cable box, you have a regular cable system, they were offering that shit for $39.99. Yeah, that I've never ever seen that before, like ever. Like, you know, there's and it was all over boxing Twitter and everything like that, and it's like it makes the zone look incredibly bad because it was almost like, you know, why is the pay-per-view price like this? Like, you know, like they got to tighten up. It's either 39 across the board, of which I was, you know, like was for Day of Reckoning, or it's 69 across the board. But you can't have two things like that and just like that, because it's just like then it's like you're devaluing your own service. Like, you got, you know, and that was one feel. I was like, yo, that's some absolute bullshit. Like, yeah, of course I'm gonna pick the $39.99 one. The fuck.
Yeah, like, who wouldn't? Like, I'm gonna just get these. Oh, so that's where the bonus money was coming from, huh?
Yeah. Now, if Better Beef Bivol was still on it, I probably wouldn't have complained that much, because it's like, yeah, it's a top level card. That, of course, okay, you pay top level money. Yeah, that's what happens. And then the other thing is having His Excellency talk on the mic extendedly. Now, if you want to do interviews with him and then you can post it on your YouTube, fine too. But I don't want to hear Turkey live unless he's announcing a fight like he did with Better Beef and Bivol on October 12th, whatever. Because dude was saying some weird. The weirdest thing I've ever heard anyone say was when this nigga is like, when he had Bivol's sons in the ring and he told them niggas he looked like their grandmother. I'm like, what the fuck kind of comment is that to make? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like about? That was some weird. Like, bro, like. Yeah, like what? Like, yeah, can we just get this whole era of promoters and fight niggas just talking too fucking much? Like, can we just get this over with? Like, y'all gotta bring in some damn influencers, some ring gangs, some younger niggas, some some new life. That y'all need newer people to talk about boxing, and this is the boxers. Y'all gotta advocate for this. Do y'all still want these same old out of touch motherfuckers talking about boxing? Yeah, y'all niggas be like 20 years old, prime of y'all life, got a motherfucking 65, ain't never pushed a fucking heavy bag or nothing, talking about the sport. Like, y'all don't get tired of that? Like, oh my goodness. Like, y'all get tired about it in rap. If an old nigga is talking about rap, y'all gonna be like, oh, nigga, shut the fuck up, man. You don't know about that. Scoopity boopity bop your ass the fuck out of here. Boxing? Nah, y'all sit there like, oh yeah, okay, fuck out of here.
Yeah, and I get it. It's Turkey. I mean, I'm not saying Turkey can't speak, you know, but yeah, goddamn, limit to like maybe one segment, or if he's announcing a fight, you know. Yeah, it's just like
they don't know what to do, dude. The cards are still too long, bro. That shit ended like at what 9:30?
I ain't gonna lie, I fell asleep a couple times after the ammo fight. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, there's always gonna be like, honestly, dude, the Herkovich and Dubois fight was the fight. No lie, it's always the co-main that gets me. Like, the co-main, like, I'll survive it, but I'll hardly remember the co-main. I'll remember everything else, and then I'll be right up for the main event. But the co-main, I'm struggling like it's Laura versus Corey Spinks with Miguel Vasquez as the referee.
I mean, I guess I was lucky because I slept because I had worked like almost 15 hours the other day, and I actually managed to get enough sleep so I could actually make sure I could actually actually watch it, and then of course go back to work, which is a rarity because I'll usually do that on Saturdays, but I had to. But
yeah, man. But you know me, I got problems sleeping already, dog. So it's like, like it cuts into the nap time, and it's just, I don't know, it's just the 5-6, like, I don't mind being 6 fights, but y'all gotta stop the hour or 45 minutes in between the co-main to main event.
Yeah, unless you're talking to the fighters themselves, you're getting like last minute sound bites or whatever. Cool. At least you're getting what the fighter is doing, or you're getting a fighter's future opponent or some shit like that. That you totally like, yeah, but yeah, no. I just don't. I mean, Turkey, cool. Like, limit him to maybe an intro or something. But I don't want to hear
limit all these niggas to intros and just show me footage. Or just y'all just gotta fix it. Like, get better speakers, something more interesting. Because I appreciate them making the fight, but
I like that guy Ade Oladipo. I think he's kind of good. The African British nigga. He's
actually. Oh yeah, no, yeah.
He's good.
He's like, and he got it from the bottom. He got it from the bottom up. Like he
grinded. He grinded. Yeah, he grinded his way.
He grinded his.
It's just the format, bro. I ain't trying to hear these niggas talk all day, man.
I don't need to hear Ariel Helwani's take on some fight. Please don't. Never need to hear
that. I definitely don't need to hear that.
Yeah, I mean that's a saying though. Shit,
it's obvious.
Yeah, but also too, and this was probably the first time it was really notable too. There was a lot of the empty seats, even though they said it was sold out. Now, I mean, for me, it doesn't matter to me because I want the fights to deliver more than anything. Because if I'm paying for this shit, I want the fights to deliver, which they did. So I'm happy about that. But if Warren's going to be up in the news. Talk about Riyadh is the new mecca of boxing, then you gotta make sure some of them seats is filled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I've seen corner store fights with better atmosphere than that shit. Like, let's stop it, man. Like, that place was empty for like so many fucking fights that are on that card.
Yeah.
Like y'all getting great fights, but that's the thing. Like, y'all gotta see me on this one. Yo, so if a great fight happens in the woods, in the forest, between a grizzly bear and a damn wolf, and no one sees it, is it a great fight? Because that's what I feel like is happening. Like, you get all these viral moments, all these feel good moments, but nothing.
I mean, no God's seen it.
God's seen it.
God's seen it. You so stupid. Well, let's put this.
If nobody witnesses it, it don't really matter, nigga. Y'all niggas could have fought 100 times. Who the fuck gives a fuck?
I mean, because then a fox could come up and be like, "Well, bullshit, you ain't fighting no fucking grizzly bear, nigga." And I fought a grizzly bear.
Who gives a fuck about what a fox say?
But let's put it this way. I mean,
that's bars, nigga.
Let's put it this way: the next card that is going to be held for Riyadh season is going to be in the States. So now now we'll go really truly see
Cali.
Yeah, what the market and everything will be like, because
even though we lost the fucking fight, but I'm sure I got faith in y'all excellency that he'll make it up for the Ortiz Zoo fight.
I thought they made it up already, and then
they're saying Lubin, right? Lubin? I've heard Bolichuk and Lubin. I heard Bolichuk and Lubin.
I heard Lubin, but nothing's official yet. That's just a rumor.
Yeah. So yeah.
Damn, against Brother Ortiz, woo! Like, yeah, woo, man.
Yeah, like I mean, let's just hope that obviously the crowd. I mean, obviously I'm pretty sure the crowd has buzz already, so I'm hoping the crowds will show up. But we gotta make sure that.
No, it'll have a crowd. It's just.
That's what to my boy Andre. We need him. We need Kendrick to walk out Crawford. I'm just saying. In California, you gotta bring, and especially when he dropped the bar on Kendrick. When Kendrick dropped the bar on Bud, you gotta get Kendrick out there to walk.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a problem with the atmosphere. I think the only thing they got to really check when they come to America is
the length of the card.
The length of the card.
The pacing. I should say.
The pacing. Like, no one's trying to, like, don't give us the 40-minute hour wait between the co-main and the main. Like, I'll give you 20 minutes. I'll give you 25. But that's it. Like, after 30 minutes, it's like you're getting abusive. Like, just stop. Like, no one's trying to hang up for because even if a card going from 2 to 9 is still too fucking long, bro.
Yeah, I mean it is, but
that's a whole part of that's a shift at work, nigga.
And you don't have to tell me. I worked all weekend. It was like I watched that, then I had to go to work. So it was like, it was like
that ring game vacation. So.
Yeah, trust me. I need an actual vacation too, for that matter. But I mean, overall, I was entertained, and that's what counts, And the fights, they meant something, and obviously, some of the shit is trending, especially the Wilder knockout. So it's like, it did what it had to do. But like I said,
barely trending. If that shit happened in America, that should be all over the place.
I'm actually surprised there's not a whole lot of memes on Wilder again. Not gonna like there's perfect meme material for it.
Because not enough niggas seen it, bro.
I've seen a couple of memes with like where he gets knocked down with after the punch where he's turned his back and he falls down into a bed sheet and pillows.
That one was hilarious. I seen that one, but yeah, that's about the only one I did see. But yeah, that you see a lot more niggas seen it. Like I ain't even. There's so many niggas I could damn be texting them. Like, oh, you saw the Wilder fight? But nah, I know niggas that probably really take that shit to heart.
Right.
Like, dude, that's fucked up. Like, nigga, what? Like, watch that.
Cam Mace talked about it, but I feel like Cam made a good point. He says some of these niggas that are kind of like a little scared to get washed, they'll go overseas. You know, they'll try to be low key about it. You know what I'm saying? if they get bodied, you know, they'll be real low key about it.
That dude, I feel like all Wilder was doing was getting the money that he missed out on by not fighting Joshua the first time.
Yeah.
That's all this is. Like,
yeah, you know. Now it was more like if he won, great, sure, you push him to get some more money. But now it's like, you know, the retirement fund is almost funded, so it's like, yeah, you know, that's that.
Because I don't even know how much this dude making. I'm not one of these damn purse watching niggas, so you know. But I know he's made some great money over there. So, hey, more power to him. Just. Mm-hmm. You know, you gotta. There's life after boxing, bro.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Don't you know? Like, I mean, if you have a chance to retire and you're not forced to actually do one more fight, do it. Like, you know, it's just like because like before, because you don't want. I mean, if you're not. I mean, he's not slurring his speech. He's not showing any outward signs that he is taxed outside of. He's just, you know, he's got.
Yeah, he isn't now, but you know.
Yeah.
We don't. That's why we want this nigga to stop, because something might come up later
and sooner.
You know? And sooner. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, but
yeah,
that's how the game.
I think we gave that card enough bars. So